Hello and welcome to another episode of Dream Home Cooking. Today I have a delicious but quite healthy meal to share with you guys. I am going to make my ranch grilled chicken, which is out of this world. It's a marinated chicken. And then I have sweet potato rounds that I'm going to roast. And then I have a wonderful green bean and cabbage slaw. And then I'm going to show you guys how I make my cauliflower au gratin. It's my potatoes au gratin recipe, but I'm substituting cauliflower, and you won't believe how well it works and how delicious it is. So I'm going to begin with marinating the chicken. This is one of those recipes that you want the chicken to be in the fridge marinating for at least 4 hours, but overnight is best. So you want 4 chicken breasts, and then I'm going to season them first. I'm going to do salt, and then I'm going to do a little pepper. Just going to do this on each side of the chicken breast. And then I have a little garlic powder and onion powder. And then I'm going to take my tongs and flip them so I can season the other side as well. Okay, so I've done the same seasonings on the other side. And now you want to take a deep bowl with a large Ziploc, gallon-sized Ziploc bag, and I'm just going to put those chicken breasts in the bag. This is one of those meals that is great if you're having a large crowd or if you're working all day and you need something simple. I love things that are almost ready, you know, in the fridge, pull it out and just grill it or bake it or what have you. I'm gonna move this out of the way so you guys can see the rest of what I'm gonna do. So for the marinade, you want to take an 8-ounce bottle of ranch dressing, and you just wanna put the whole thing in this measuring cup. Then to that, you want to add, and be sure you shake these well, I already did, but you want to add an 8-ounce bottle of Italian dressing. Just squeeze it all in there. This is about as easy as it gets. All right, and then you want to put a teaspoon of minced garlic right down in there. And then I'm just going to take a fork and get that stirred up. Okay, so you just want to spend a minute or two making sure all that is mixed well together. Then you want to take this and we're going to pour it straight into this Ziploc bag. And I have a little spatula here so that we can make sure we get all of it out. Okay, now you're going to carefully take this Ziploc bag and we're going to squeeze most of the air out of it as much as you can and make sure it's sealed well. Then you just want to take the bag and just gently move it around and press down on the chicken so that it's in a single layer, that none of the chicken breasts are on top of each other. And you just kind of work on it a little bit. Then what you want to do is put it in another dish, and I always say this because it's insurance that in case there's a little hole or a puncture in the bag, it's not going to get all over your fridge. And that's it. So you marinate it for at least 4 hours or overnight, and you want to flip it, if you think about it, just maybe once or twice during that process of marinating it. Okay, so I'm going to pop this in the fridge, and remember, you want to marinate it at least 4 hours or overnight, and if you think about it, flip it a couple of times in the fridge. So when we come back, I'm going to get started on the cauliflower au gratin.
When you select Wolde Flooring's hardwood, you don't just enhance your home, you transform it. With hundreds of beautiful, durable, hand-selected varieties that come with up to a 50-year warranty, you can count on unsurpassed beauty and proven durability that's guaranteed to stand the test of time. When you want the best flooring for your home, come to Wolde Flooring in Madison. WoldeFlooring.com, 256-325-8453.
Choosing an appliance can be complicated these days. That's why at Bob Wallace Appliance, we start by asking questions like an occasional cook or a serious chef, something just for you or an army, once a week or once a day. You see, it's not just what we know about appliances, it's what we know about you. Bob Wallace Appliance, locally owned and operated for more than 35 years. Online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Hey guys, I wanted to let y'all know about a year ago, me and Bruce Stone started a new company called Stonewood Homes. And Stonewood is a little different business plan than Woodland Homes because Stonewood is a scattered lot home builder, which means if you have a lot and you're looking for a builder, Stonewood is the answer. So if you own a home site or you're looking at building a custom home, give us a call at 830-9000 and let's start building.
Since 1983, individuals and businesses in Alabama have relied on Wolf, Jones, Wolf, Hancock, Daniel & South for their legal representation. Our experienced attorneys offer high-quality legal counsel in commercial law, real estate, and personal injury litigation. So if you need an attorney, hire the best attorney you can. Call the experienced North Alabama attorneys at Wolf, Jones, Wolf, Hancock, Daniel & South to arrange your initial consultation because we're dedicated to setting the standard for legal services.
Okay, we're back, and now I'm going to show you guys how I make cauliflower au gratin and then also my green bean and cabbage slaw. So for the cauliflower au gratin, I've got 2 tablespoons of butter melting in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So what I did for the sake of time, this is 1 large head of cauliflower, and I just rinsed it and chopped it up into bite-sized pieces, and then I put it in this microwave-proof bowl, covered it, and then microwaved it for 8 minutes just to soften up that cauliflower just a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead, because this is melting nicely, I'm going to go ahead and add the cauliflower to this mixture. So what you want to do is just saute, just kind of stir it to where the butter and olive oil covers each little cauliflower flowerette. And then I have a 1/2 cup of onion that I chopped. I want to saute that in there with them. And this is exactly how I do my potatoes au gratin. I've done it on the show before. It's been a while. With the exception of, with my potatoes au gratin, I use a cup of sour cream. Today, I'm using a very low-fat Greek plain yogurt instead of sour cream. It tastes very similar. I've been doing a lot of experimenting with cauliflower lately, and it's amazing how it can take the place of potatoes and rice, and you can almost hide it without even knowing. All right, so I'm gonna just let this saute on low just for a little bit so I can come over here and work on this green bean and cabbage slaw. So in this skillet are 2 tablespoons of bacon drippings. I went ahead and fried up the bacon, and it's 5 slices of bacon. You just want to fry it till it's crisp, and then I crumbled it up. It's in a little bowl over here. That'll go in last. So I'm gonna let these bacon drippings heat up just a little bit more on about medium high. You don't want it too high because grease will splatter everywhere. So now what I'm gonna do, as it's heated, I've got a 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar. I'm just gonna add it to that bacon grease. All right, so to that you want to add a 1/4 cup of sugar, and you just want to stir that sugar in there until it dissolves into that vinegar and bacon dripping mixture. This always smells really good to me. It's very tangy smelling, tangy and sweet. Okay, so it looks like the sugar is nice and dissolved. So now I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of red onion, and I sliced them into thin slices and then cut it down the middle. So you've got, kind of long pieces. So I'm just gonna let these cook until they soften for about 2 or 3 minutes. All right, so the onions are nice and softened. Now I'm gonna add a 1.5 cups of purple cabbage, and I just washed it and then sliced it and then just chopped it into little pieces. You can also use a box grater as well. So I just want to let that cabbage soften up a little bit. All right, and get that stirred in there. So I'll let that sit there a minute. And I'm also going to add a teaspoon of salt and pepper. Okay, and so this is simmering on low. And then I'm going to come over here to the cabbage. I'm also going to add, I have a teaspoon of salt and pepper each in this little cup. I'm going to pour that in there. Now the cauliflower has been sauteing for about 8 minutes, so it's right where it needs to be. So I'm gonna take my Greek yogurt. This is 8 ounces of just plain Greek yogurt. I think it's 2% fat. Okay, so we're just gonna spoon this over the top, and you have to work with it a little bit. So I'm just gonna put little dollops. Okay, so that is all of the Greek yogurt, and then you just wanna take the back of the spoon and just kind of spread it just as best you can to where it covers most all of that cauliflower. Okay, so after you have all that spread evenly over the cauliflower, we're gonna add 8 ounces of sharp cheddar. And look, you can just dump it in there just like that. And then just take your hands and just spread it to the edges to where it's all covered. And it's important to simmer it on very, very low. And I like to do it covered. And then after about 10, 15 minutes, it's a nice melted cheesy top. So now we'll focus on finishing up this green bean and cabbage slaw. I will tell you this, I used a 12-ounce bag of frozen green beans, and what I did was just plunge them into the boiling water, literally for 2 minutes. Turned it off and then put them in a colander, let them drain real well. And that's all you need to do, because you want this dish to you want the green bean to have some firmness and crunchiness to it. Okay, so then I'm gonna add a half a cup, excuse me, of carrots. And I like to buy, just for ease, I like to buy the little packet that they call them matchstick carrots. And then you just put them on a cutting board and just chop them real small. Okay, now we're ready to put our green beans in there. I think this is a really colorful dish too. Very, very pretty. All right, so we're just going to let this cook about another 2 minutes or so, just until it's heated through. And I'm not gonna put the bacon on yet because I don't want it to get soggy. So I'll put this in a real pretty dish, and then before we eat, I'll sprinkle that bacon over the top. All right, so those are 2 of the side dishes. I have the roasted sweet potato rounds left that I want to show you guys how I make, and then also we're gonna grill up that delicious marinated chicken when we come back.
In choosing a contractor in today's market, you know, finding someone that is going to take care of you and make sure that you're happy with their product, with the quality, it's not an easy task today. The most important thing to me is doing what you say you're going to do, taking care of the customer, installing a product that is superior. My motto is, call the lady with a team you can trust, and I feel confident that we are a team that you can trust.
My father started this business in 1977. The people that work for us is part of what sets us apart. All of our employees have experience. All of our plumbers have been with us for 10 years or greater. Our motto at Dean & Son is quality and service. We're going to do quality work. We don't leave people hanging. We're there when we're supposed to be. We're done when we're supposed to be. Living up to what you sell and service them after they pay you, that's where your integrity in the plumbing business comes.
Dean & Son Plumbing Company. Call today at 518-9780.
Hey guys, come on in.
Hey Troy.
Yeah, let me show you around.
Wow.
You know, as the Acme Brick spokesperson, I get paid in brick. All the brick I want. Solid. What? Too much? To get Acme Brick quality, look for the Acme name. And here's the guest room. Hope you like a firm mattress.
When we came to looking for a cabinet company and a manufacturer to use, and with Wellborn being the selection, Wellborn has a good foundation within the company and the folks that run their company. And when you have a good foundation, things typically follow suit with that and things will stay steady. Their values, I feel like, are on a solid foundation. I feel like their true intent is to build a product that will be a lasting product. You're going to love what you see.
Wellborn Cabinets, the essence of cabinetry, at Woodland Homes of Huntsville.
All right, now I'm ready to roast the sweet potato rounds. So what you want to do is you have 3 sweet potatoes. Of course, you want to peel them, and then I'm just cutting them into 1/2-inch rounds. And it takes a little bit of elbow grease, and you need a nice, good, sharp knife. Just be real careful because you don't want to cut yourself. All right, so all those are chopped. Now or sliced, I should say. Now I'm gonna put them in a bowl, and then I'll show you guys what I toss them with. Okay, so you wanna put them in a bowl, large enough so that you can toss everything real well. Then you wanna put about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm gonna eyeball it. And then you're gonna put about a teaspoon of honey. This just gives it a little sweetness. Just kind of drizzle it. Then we like a little kick, so I've got some cayenne pepper, and I'm just gonna do 1, 2, and just do little shakes of that cayenne pepper. A little bit of cinnamon, about a 1/2 teaspoon. And then I have a tablespoon of sugar, and then a 1/2 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. And you just wanna take a spoon and just stir it until all of those sweet potato slices are coated with all that good olive oil and seasonings. Okay, so all these are nice and coated with the olive oil and all the seasonings. So what I want to do, I have this baking sheet. I love these baking stones. It tends to crisp things up, but it doesn't burn them. All right, so you want to take some tongs or a fork, and I just am going to put them in a single layer onto this pan. And it's important that they're in a single layer so that they all cook evenly. So while I'm laying these out on this baking sheet, this week, instead of doing a featured home, Mike is going to tell you guys all about Stonewood Homes, which is another branch of Woodland Homes. And it's allowed us to build homes for people in a scattered site, so to speak. So, you know, say you have a piece of land and you're interested in building a woodland home, we can certainly do that now. Before, we just concentrated in our own communities. But when he gets here, he is going to share lots of great things with you guys about our new Stonewood homes. All right, so now I've got all the sweet potatoes in a single layer on the pan. Now I'm gonna put it in an oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. Okay, so now I'm ready to grill the chicken, and as you can see, I marinated this last night, so it marinated all night long. I poured it out into the pan from the Ziploc bag, and now I'm going to place each slice on my awesome indoor grill that I have. We love this. If it's raining or if it's too cold, we have this option instead of trying to do it outside. And then you want to grill each piece of chicken for 5 to 6 minutes on each side, and then flip it once, and then we'll let them rest about 10 minutes before we slice them, so all those juices will stay sealed in there. So I'm gonna work on these, get these grilled, and when we come back, Mike will be here to taste all these delicious recipes and to tell you all about Stonewood Homes.
So we're excited to talk to y'all about Stonewood Homes today, and today I've got Bruce Stone, who is my partner in Stonewood. And Bruce, you know, there is a lot that we really have in common, because as a little boy, I grew up in Huntsville, and my dad was a builder here in Huntsville back in the early 60s. And I think that you and I think your dad and y'all grew up here, didn't you? Tell me a little bit about that.
We moved here in '74.
Okay.
And I was an Air Force brat, and Dad's ultimate dream was to build his own home.
Yeah.
And he eventually built 1 and then 2 and 3 and become a builder. And at 12 years of age, I wanted actually a mini bike.
Yeah.
And he made me go earn the money for it. And so I went out and I swept houses, and at 16 I was running his job sites, and at 18 when I graduated high school I opened my own company, and 1,400 houses later here I am.
Yeah, so we did have similar backgrounds, because I used to, I remember during the summertime, my dad would leave me with a lunch pail and on a job site, and I would have to clean the job site, sweep out the house, and you know, but that's where I found my passion for the home building business, was very, very early. and just being able to, just being able to watch something be created by, by craftsmen. And so we're still living the dream today. And
it's very true. It is. Yeah, I enjoy just, you start with a bare piece of land, a set of blueprints, and some customer's vision, and several months later, it's all put together, and it's a work of art usually.
Yeah. So the focus of Stonewood, tell us a little bit about, kind of what that business plan and what that business model is to our viewers.
Well, you approached me, Mike, a year ago, and, with Woodland Homes, there was a demand that you thought for people that would call in that wanted to build a plan, either wanted Woodland's plans, wanted their plans, or on their lot, or maybe bring one of their plans and build it on a Woodland lot.
Right.
And so basically it was a custom home instead of a custom production home.
Right.
And you and I partnershiped, and it's become a really good, successful company so far.
Yeah. So what really excited me about the opportunities for Stonewood is that if somebody came into one of our communities and they fell in love with one of our communities, but they had a plan that was their own plan, Woodland really didn't and was not in a position to build somebody else's plan within our community. But with Stonewood, somebody could come in, have their own plan, pick a home site in one of our communities, and Stonewood would actually build that particular home in a Woodland home community.
That's true. And what we do, Mike, is, with the experience between myself and you, we can look at that plan, we can price the plan, we have the in-house plan department that can help redraw the plan if needed. You have the Dream Studio, and with all of our experience and basically Woodland's resources that you have brought to the table to help Stonewood out, it makes my job a lot easier. And so what happens with the resources from Woodland is I don't have to spend as much time focusing on those items.
Sure.
I take my time and I focus on the customer's home, the customer's need, and to me it's more like a concierge level.
Yeah, and I agree with you, and I think that is what makes Stonewood such a great company, is the fact that it really does kind of fall under that Woodland umbrella. And so if you were out on your own and it wasn't under the Woodland umbrella, then your lumber prices would probably be more.
That's true.
Yeah, your material prices. So Stonewood gets to piggyback off of all of Woodland Homes, special pricing that we get due to the volume. But not only that, we've set Stonewood up very similar to Woodland, where the process is simple and easy. So with my experience and Bruce's experiences, I don't think you can have a more experienced team building your new home on your lot. And any of y'all out there know of anybody interested in building a home, or if you have your own home site, you want to get some pricing, give us a call at 256-830-9000 and let Stonewood be the next builder for you. Y'all come and see us.
Okay, we're back, and of course I've got Mike here with me, and I cooked healthy today for the first time. We cook healthy during the week, but on the shows, all of you viewers like good Southern cooking.
But it's clean eating.
Well, it is.
And nobody can go wrong by eating clean.
I agree.
Good healthy food is also filling, and it's very good. So I'm glad you're cooking lean.
I did it too in honor of Sadler, our producer, who has given up carbs for Lent. So anyway, so he could eat. He hasn't been able to eat the last couple of episodes.
All right, so what do we got? I just sliced the chicken. Apparently you got some kind of marinade on it, because it was I was hungry, so I took a few bites. So, but it was delicious.
Well, that's that ranch marinated grilled chicken that is delicious. You marinate it in ranch dressing. And then I have my little sweet potato rounds that I roasted. Right. And this is new. It's a green bean cabbage kind of slaw with hot bacon. So the purple is
the cabbage?
Yes. Okay. And I just sauteed all that with some onions.
In it?
It's a hot bacon dressing on there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this is cauliflower au gratin. It's just like my potatoes au gratin, except I put cauliflower and Greek yogurt instead of sour cream.
Awesome. So, well, it all looks great.
Thank you. So I was telling viewers about Stonewood Homes, which is very exciting.
Yeah,
a new addition to.
Yeah, it's Bruce Stone and I started Stonewood a little over a year ago, and what we were seeing is that we were seeing a need in the market for a builder that built on, scattered sites and, and custom homes. And a lot of this came from as a result of customers coming into our models, looking at our woodland homes, and then saying, well, we've got a lot over here. And it really just wasn't something that was a good business plan for Woodland to go out and build on somebody else's lot, because we're so focused on our communities. Sure. And we kept on getting request after request after request. And so, we hate to turn people away. I mean, we're in the business to build homes for people. And we, after, going into the new year of 2016, we just really realized that there was an opportunity for a different business plan when it comes to home building. So Bruce Stone is my partner. He'd worked with me for several years. He had been in business for over 20 years.
He's an amazing builder.
Yeah, he's personally built probably 1,300 homes himself. But we have been able to help a lot of people that have their own lot, that's looking for a builder. And the beautiful thing about it is that since it is under Woodland Homes umbrella, we're able to get all of the same pricing, because Woodland Home gets such volume pricing because the number of homes that we build. Well, Stonewood gets those same benefits as well. So it ended up just being a great arrangement, and Stonewood is off and running, and we've got great happy customers. And so it's just it is exciting. And if y'all are interested in information either on Woodland Homes, you can come by and visit our models. We're open 7 days a week, or you can log on to our website, woodlandhomes.com. And for Stonewood Homes, the best thing to do is just give us a call at 256-830-9000. And we've got somebody that can help you and answer all your questions about what you need to do in order to be able to get started building your new home on your current home site that you own. And
for recipes, you can log on to woodlandhomes.com as well, and friend us on Facebook, Dream Home Cooking with Woodland Homes, and I always post the recipes there.
Yep.
And of course, as always, we thank our sponsors.
Yep, thank you for our sponsors, and you can find those on our website as well. So, looks great. Let's
eat this healthy food.
Yeah, let's do it.